Man, what it do, man? What's up with y'all, man? Hope y'all been feeling good, living better. Hope y'all been working on yourselves. Hope y'all been staying out the way. Cause it's wicked as shit out this motherfucker, man. Hey, I just want to come on this motherfucker. Hey, I just peeped that like the first motherfucking video I dropped just hit 300 views, man. Like that shit real live. Like I'm grateful, Slim. Man, time. I had 300 motherfuckers just watching me talk outside, bruh. Like that shit made me smile, Mo. When I saw that shit, young, like I ain't never feel no like pure happiness like that in a minute, young. If you watch that motherfucking video, bro, hey, I'm grateful for you, man. Man, time. Cause I'm just speaking on shit that's just coming from the heart. Man, time. Like I do have a journal and I do write certain shit down when I come on this shit. But a lot of times I do speak from the heart. Like this is kind of just notes to keep me kind of like, excuse me, like organized and shit. But I just be speaking from the heart a lot of times. Should be coming from in within. Man, time. But hey, young, if you fucking my videos, bro, hey, I fuck with you, Slim. This is like my therapy a little bit. I ain't gonna lie. And I was gonna tell y'all too, like the other day, Slim, I had a fucking dream, bro. It's another reason why I stopped smoking J's because I wasn't getting dreams, bro. But I had a dream, Slim. I had a dream that I woke up one day, I checked my YouTube, Slim. I hit 1 million views, bro. And then I woke up. And I ain't gonna lie, that shit just had me motivated on a whole different level to keep making videos like this, Slim. And I don't care what nobody say. I don't care if niggas know me in the real life or whatever. I'm making this shit because this is some shit that's coming from the heart. And it's something that I genuinely wanted to do. And just come on here and talk about certain subjects. That should be therapy to me. Man, time. But if y'all rocking with me, man, I'm grateful for all y'all, man. I'm showing my gratitude. I rock with all y'all back, bro. Just as hard. Man, time, bro. If you watching, you tuning in, you one of the chosen ones, man. Just remember that, Slim. But I don't like keeping these videos very long. I try to keep it short and sweet. I know people got something they got to do. You hear me? Hope y'all been moving smart. Man, time. Well, this certain video, man, I want to talk about a certain subject. Like, this video going to be what to do if you feel like you hit rock bottom, Slim. Yo, back against the wall. Life just be lifing. This is something I want to talk about because, man, I had this feeling a lot of times. I feel like, man, shit just ain't going to get better. And one thing I want to talk about this subject is that I want to say one thing real quick. That rock bottom or back against the wall feeling, one of the things that I learned myself, and I'm going to get into these notes in a second, but one thing that I learned from myself is that feelings like that come and go with the seasons. I ain't gonna lie. If you a chosen one, you just gonna go through the most shit. Man, time. God got his toughest battles for his toughest soldiers. He not gonna push you through no shit that you can't handle. Remember that. He not. Everything in life happens for a reason. So if you feel like you hit rock bottom, shit gonna come and go with the seasons. Next year, 2 years, or 3 years from now, some shit even bigger gonna hit your ass. You just gotta be ready for it. That's what happens in this game of life. Life is not a battle, it's a game. Remember that. You set your own rules. Pain is mandatory. Suffering is a choice. Remember that shit. Remember that. But man, I'm gonna get into these notes in a second, man. All right. Number one thing I want to touch on. If you feel like your back against the wall, shit ain't never going to get better. You just keep failing. Always remember, keep failure in proper perspective. Man, time, this one is big. See why you feel like you failing. Even though we're going to fail in life, it's impossible to always do everything right. It's impossible. You're going to have shortcomings. Remember that. Keep that shit in proper perspective. Don't beat yourself down because of that shit. Learn from it and build up from that shit. Don't beat yourself down. Because beating yourself down, you done already lost. Everything is a mental game. What goes on in here determines your reality. So don't let that shit beat you down the way you feel like, are you a wreck, an emotional wreck? I can't do shit right. I just keep fucking failing. No. Be strong. Keep that shit in proper perspective. Man, time. Manage your emotions. Be mentally strong. You can't let that shit beat you down. Because you already done lost. And man, you gotta love yourself too. You gotta love yourself, Slim. I know life gonna be hard, Slim. I know life just be lifing. I know what it feels like when shit just be hitting you back to back, back to back. Like it's like when you ever watch that video, they're like, fight back, fight back. That'd be life. Life just be just beating your ass. And you just be like, damn, man, like, I don't know how much longer I could go in this fight. But you gotta love yourself and show self-compassion. You got to, man. You gotta always show grace to yourself. Cause we human. We gonna fuck up. We gonna mess up. It's not always gonna be peaches and cream. It's gonna be trials and tribulations. We just gotta keep our head up and trust ourselves and trust your higher power. You still gotta show love to yourself. When you stop loving yourself, no self-love will slowly turn to self-hate. Always show grace to yourself. Always. And another thing too, when you're back against the wall, shit, you can't pay your car, that rent getting late, and before you know it, that note gonna hit your door. Or it'll be like, man, shit just keep happening with your family. It might be illness. It might be something tragic might happen. It just be like, man, I know it's gonna be hard, but you gotta be grateful. You gotta be. I can tell y'all a lot of shit that come from my personal experiences, but I really just want to speak to y'all. But I'll tell y'all some shit like, man, Slim, I'll tell you like some wicked ass shit didn't happen to me. And it been like, I wasn't putting out the best energy into the universe, but I wasn't putting out no evil energy. And some evil shit happened to me. Man, it happened to me, man. Shit got wicked real quick. And like, that shit could have kept me down. That shit could have kept me hating the world or be ungrateful for everything. But I had to remind myself that I'm still alive. I got both my arms. I got both my legs. I'm alive. I had to be grateful, man. I had to show gratitude because one thing I realized in this game of life, you're never going to gain more if you're not grateful for what you already have. Bar. You're not going to gain more if you're not grateful for what you already have. Be grateful. Show thanks when you eat food. Pray. Thank God. Thank the farmer who farmed these vegetables and fruits. If you eat meat, thank the cows. Thank the land for giving the cows something to feed on. Thank the trees. I had to start doing research on what the trees really do. The trees is really essential in our ecosystem. If it wasn't for these trees, bro, we all would be fucking dead. Where the oxygen coming from? Man, time. Be grateful, bro. Always be grateful. Show thanks in everything you do. When you start being grateful for shit, you're gonna start seeing better things start coming for you in life. That's just how the game / the matrix. That's how all this shit works. Put out good energy. Have positive thinking. The laws of attraction. Research the laws of attraction. Positive thinking results in positive outcomes. Negative thinking results in negative outcomes. Facts. And man, when you feel like shit ain't never gonna get better, bruh, respect your vulnerabilities. Acknowledge that you're vulnerable. Acknowledge it. Know that we not always gonna be perfect, bruh. We not Superman / Superwoman. Especially, I feel like in the black community, I feel like a lot of times we try to be Superman or Superwoman. We not. We vulnerable. We not always gonna have the answers. Shit gonna, shit gonna. We're not always gonna, brother. We not. We life is not for you to always win. Think about it. The people in the positions where they at now, they had to lose at some point. You have to lose in order to win. And those motherfuckers who were shit was given to them from the day of birth, trust me, the shit that was given to them, they not gonna have that shit for long because they don't appreciate it. To really get something that you really strive for, you have to lose, bro. You have to. And if you do have something and you on the verge of losing it, just remember, every boss gotta take a loss, but not only that, you can't be a boss and lose it all and get it right back. I was doing some research on some shit like a lot of times where certain people in certain business ventures will take a lot of risk. Like, have you heard of high risk, high reward? They'll take a lot of risk to try to get some more and they lose it all. But a millionaire never was about your money. It's about your mindset. So even when they lose it all, it wasn't hard for them to get it back. It's the mindset. Respect your vulnerabilities. Acknowledge you will make mistakes. It's going to happen. You're not perfect. Nobody's perfect. Acknowledge your mistakes. Be humble. Be authentic. Acknowledge it. Understand you're not perfect. Hey, another thing too. Not only acknowledge that you're not perfect, but also, like I was saying earlier, show grace to yourself, but acknowledge your strengths. What got you to this point right here? If you're on the verge of losing your apartment, if you're on the verge of losing your car, if you're on the verge of losing something, what got you that stuff? Yes, you could have been blessed and God could have helped you, yes. But at the same time, acknowledge the work that you put in before. Acknowledge what got you to this point. Acknowledge the strength you had to yearn up to get everything you got. So if you lose something, just know that you did get that stuff with your own strength. So if you was to lose it, just know that you can get it back. Understand that. You are strong, bro. You are strong. It all starts with up here. You are strong. So have composure, man. You're strong. And always, like right now, I got like this 2 journals right here that I've been writing in. I got a lot more too. But like another thing, like have a plan with everything. If you are going through something, it's going to be a lot harder to get out what you're dealing with if you're not very calculated and detailed. If you're messing up, write it down. Write down what you can do better. Write down your next approach of how you want to take on this challenge. Man, like you have to have a plan in everything you do in life. Because once you start realizing, when you start having things planned and scheduled and detailed, shit starts becoming a lot easier. A lot of times when I was working, I would be working hard, getting a lot of hours in, pay the bills, and then a lot of times, like, especially what's going on now, a lot of jobs trying to lay people off. They trying to cut the hours at the jobs. And then it was just like, damn, now I can't work 80 hours in a week right now. Now they might cut 80 hours to 60 hours a week. I lost 20 hours of work, 20 hours of money, of overtime. So now it's like, damn, how am I going to make up for what I already had set out what I need to pay? And a lot of times I was realizing I was just getting money, but that shit was just going a lot more. One thing I realized too, when you feel like you have a big need on money, you're giving it importance. And a lot of things, when you give importance to it, you put in the extra stress of energy on it. So it's going to be harder to get it. Do you realize the things that you chase more are harder to get? Look at a woman. When you chase a woman hard as shit, it's going to be harder to get her. If all your life revolves around this money and you chase it, yes, you're going to get it, but it's going to leave a lot quicker. You have to be detailed in how you get your money and how you spend it. So when I started writing down my monthly expenses on paper, man, I felt like I found a cheat code. I just wrote down, all right, here's the money aside for the rent. Here's the money aside for like a gym membership. Here's the money aside for the car note. Here's the money aside for the insurance. I started writing everything down. I started breaking it down by a week to week basis, or you get paid bi-weekly or bi-weekly basis. Start breaking that shit down, and it'll show you how much money that you're spending on bullshit, materialistic shit, clothes, designer, bullshit, going out on the weekend, buying bottles all the time, weed, shit that's not building you up, shit that's only keeping you distracted from the shit that's going on out here. That shit is fucking destroying you. Paying $20 going to a fucking club when that same joint gonna be there that next fucking week, man. You was crazy. Focus on yourself, Slim. Focus on your fucking self, bro. You was a king. It all start with your mindset, though. This is a game. You set the rules. Life is a game. You set the rules, man. Don't let the game already be set. We playing chess, not checkers. Remember that, man. Time. Well, I got 16 minutes on here. All right, I'm gonna try to say one more point, and I'm gonna try to keep this short and sweet, man. Also, another thing too, man, maintain a healthy self-worth. Maintain it. I ain't gonna lie, this one, something I wrote, and I saw this somewhere, and I'm like, man, this is some deep shit. Your self-worth is contingent upon who you are and not what you do. Back to how I was saying how your thoughts set your reality. Your self-worth is who you are. This is a glob of meat right here. This body not gonna be here forever. This body is your vehicle. Yes, you move with your legs, you do stuff with your arms. This body is your vehicle, but way deeper than your body is your soul. Your soul is you. Your self-worth is contingent upon who you are and not what you do. Remember that. Life is temporary. So if you're going through the deepest things right now that's really hurting you, your back against the wall, work on your self-worth. Try to love yourself and within a lot more. Go to the gym. Or if you can't go to the gym, just go outside. One thing I like to do, I like to go outside in nature. I like to go outside, go to the park. You can lay out a blanket, sit in the field, or you can sit on the bench, just walk around. And when I started going outside more, I realized I was kind of having these feelings like I was alone. I was getting lonely. Because I started cutting out all the fake shit in my life. I started cutting out these fake ass fucking friends. I started hanging by myself a lot more. But then I started getting feelings of loneliness. I started cutting out all these flawed out girls out my life. Started cutting them out. And they wasn't working on themselves. I didn't want them. I started cutting it all out. I only was talking to my intermediate family. Even certain family members was fake as shit. So I was just talking to my intermediate family, and that really was it. I was cutting everybody out my life. I was getting lonely. And when I started going out in nature, I started seeing, Slim, we never lonely. Everything around us is alive. The birds chirping, give me therapy. Seeing a rabbit or seeing a squirrel, like really just run around in the field, that shit give me therapy. That shit give me a clear mind. It lets me know that we never fucking alone. Everything around us is alive. Like, man, time. So, like, you have to find certain nicks that you like to do, certain hobbies that will just boost your self-worth. Stop going out every weekend, getting high, getting drunk. That shit is distracting you. I saw a thing, too. The Arabic word for alcohol means that, like it's a, I'm not sure, I got to do more research, but I heard the Arabic word for alcohol is kind of like a spirit controlling you. And I thought about that shit, like, man, time. You ever seen someone like just realize like the next day they be like, man, I blacked out, man. I don't remember shit that happened. But then like, let's say you might have been drinking, but you wasn't to that point. And then you watching this certain person you out hanging with, you're like, damn, Slim, this nigga lost himself. He just doing shit that he don't normally be doing. That alcohol is taking over. When you black out, your soul is suppressed and it's another spirit taking over your body. That shit deep. And I saw people too. When I was drinking, I never got blacked out, sloppy drunk. I saw the people when I was drinking. It took a lot for me to get drunk. I feel like this is just coming in within. I just feel like people who do get drunk, I feel like they soul is not strong, or like it's easy for their body to get taken over by a certain whether spirit or alcohol. And it's like I started seeing that shit, and that shit stopped me from drinking. Same thing with smoking. At one point, I was having something that happened with my lung, and then I couldn't smoke, and then I just stopped smoking. I was getting crazy ass lucid dreams. My body wasn't feeling right. I wasn't eating. Shit was fucking with me. But I realized when I stopped smoking, the first week was hard. Second week got better. Third week I felt like I didn't need that shit at all. And it'd be like with smoking, what I was doing was that like if I was going through something, like for example, this subject, I was going through rock bottom, I was going through shit, I would light a J. And that shit would take my mind off that shit. But one thing I realized, when you come back down and you sober up, that shit gonna hit you 10 times harder. You can never run away from your fucking problems. Take your problems head on. You can never run away from that shit. You can never you can run away from that shit, man. All this shit in life be a distraction. Why do you think it's a liquor store in every fucking corner in the hood? They want us to be distracted. Why is it fucking unhealthy ass food, a chicken spot on every motherfucking corner? Why can when you go to the store, a fucking cut up box of pineapples is $6? I saw at the store the other day. Double stuffed Oreos was on sale for $2.50. That shit don't make no sense. They want that food you put in your body is low on your energy. The alcohol is low on your energy. Weed, I did the research. Weed has a neutral energy, but if you want to be at a high energy and you smoke weed, it's just going to keep you. It's going to bring you down because you're already at a high energy. Low energy is sad, depression. Medium and neutral energy is weed. Up here is like high energy. You might be on semen retention. You might be on monk mode. You raising your vibration, but weed's going to bring you right back down. And then when it brings you right back down, you're more susceptible to go right back down to the low energy. So you got to do the research on all this shit, man. Man, time. But man, if you going through some shit, bro, I feel you, man. Just know that you going to get through this, man. You strong as shit. Can't nobody tell you different. You one of the chosen ones. God got his toughest battles for his toughest soldiers. Just know you gonna get through this shit, man. You strong. Be strong. Keep your head up. Keep your head up. Tackle shit on head on. Don't fall into other vices. And if you quit weed, don't fall into another vice like alcohol. If you quit alcohol, don't fall into another vice like weed. Stay strong. It's always good to be sober. Regulate your thoughts. Keep everything in proper perspective. Don't let your thoughts, negative thoughts are going to come into your mind. They're automatic. They're going to come into your mind. But when a negative thought comes into your mind, build a natural wall of self-defense. Don't let that heavy self-criticism of them negative thoughts that come into your subconscious kill your mind. Have a natural wall of self-defense. If you get a thought where you feel like you're not shit and you can't get shit right, tell yourself in your mind, no, I'm not going to be perfect, but I'm not complete shit either. I'm going to get out this hole. I'm going to speak words of encouragement, laws of attraction. Positive thinking going to bring positive outcomes, man. Cut these fake ass friends out your life. A friend is not somebody who doesn't act like you or do the same things you doing. If you working on yourself and your friend is over here doing some shit that's not working on themselves and is bringing themselves down, cut them all. Sever that tie. Because they're only going to bring you back down to where you're not trying to go. You're trying to go up here. Cut these fake ass friends out your life. You don't need them. Love yourself, man. Hope y'all being safe out here, man. Remember, be smart out here, man. It's wicked as shit out this joint, man. I appreciate all y'all for tuning in, Slim. Remember your self-worth, man. Be smart, man. Love y'all, man.